Okay, here we go. Here's the next one. Unit number 2, we'll call it. It's a 4-ton Climate Master water source heat pump, 1986 model, same as the others. And got a couple units running, obviously. And I only set it to cool for right now. And I found a couple things that were interesting here. You see up top there, the bronze piece that has the little curlicue there, capillary tube. That's the piston restrictor. It's the metering device, no TXV. And then you got your feeder tubes over here for the evaporator. And I just noticed the way that this person on the assembly line assembled it with the restrictor up against the ceiling like that. Now that makes me smile because so many of them are down here right in front of the compressor, right there. Instead of being horizontal or vertical. And that would make, this guy was obviously thinking about the guy who has to replace the compressor sometime down the road. And he put the piston restrictor out of the way. Whereas most of them just put them right in front there. So I don't know what causes that variation. I mean, all these units are made in the same place, but obviously that's just a different guy that did some of the other ones, so now just his opinion of the way it should be done. So, it makes sense to me. I like it. You see here our high side service port. Got quite a bit of oil on there, so that's a sure sign of a leak. So we'll, I don't know about that. If you look at the angle of that service port, it might be hard to get that low loss trigger core in there. No loss, rather. That will be interesting, because that motherfucker is pointing right at the compressor right now. So we are going to be, I just don't know about that one. I just don't know about that one. Anyways, let me go kick it over to heat right now. Let's see if it has any complaints about that. Yeah, that service port, I don't know, man. That does not like me. And she kicked over. Uh-oh. Trouble. And she just cut off on something, so some kind of reversing valve issue, I'm sure. Did not like going into heat. Okay, well, I guess I'll justify cracking out the gauges now and seeing what there is to see. Alright, we'll talk at you later. We'll give you an update after we got some answers for this one. Alright, did a couple things here while we weren't rolling. So first thing I did was, just as I suspected, that no loss valve port remover would not work with the angle of that service port. It just couldn't be done. So what I had to do is take another one of my access tees there and screwed it onto the port. I put a Schrader core in both ports for this application. So now I got one available for a pressure switch if I want. And then I have a usable service port. So we're just going to forget about that the original Schrader core because we got two new ones now on the end. I always like to replace it in the original one. I don't like to see a lot of these access tees. I mean, down the road it can be another spot for a leak, but probably not. But that's the only solution for this one. So anyways, so I did that. And since the unit kicked out in transition from heat to cool, usually that's the high pressure switch that cuts out. It makes the if the reversing valve gets stuck somewhere in transition, it makes the discharge pressure spike. So I jumped the high pressure switch out and tried to restart it, and much to my surprise, it turned the unit kicked off again. So I'm going to assume that it's off on the low pressure switch, which would make sense. We obviously had a leak at the high side port there, So apparently the charge is just a little low. It's good enough for cooling, but a little too low for when it kicked over to heat. So what I'm going to do here, I think I'm going to set the camera right there on this one. I got my high pressure switch jumped out, like I said. I'm just going to go ahead and take my jumper and swap them over. This one back together. Pressure switch is kind of way in the back here. It's got service ports, so I can't complain too much. Alright, and since we have a lockout relay, we have to reset the unit before that's going to do anything. So, interrupt our control voltage, and away she goes. Now then, we'll take a look at our pressures. Oh yeah, she's down to 10 psi. Sorry about that, my friend. Alright, we need to go get some 22 and hook up my charging hose. We have a fine example of a low pressure switch doing its job. That's what I like to see. I'll meander down to the shop and bring my tank of Freon up here. I don't think we'll need anything else in the bucket, but let's grab the tank. Should be good to go. Oh, look at this. Somebody, I don't know what that means. Damn Freemasons. My shop is very conveniently located just downstairs. Oh man, the shop's a mess. Oh man, the shop's a mess. Oh no. Alright. Got that one. But that is the one I want right now. Arrgh. Damn it. It's tough to get out of here sometimes. I lost my straw. Where'd it go? There we go. I don't want to lose that. Contactor cleaner. I do that. And then also, I don't want to forget my specification sheets, because we're recharging right now. We'll make sure we do it right. We don't charge by beer can cold around here. We got manufacturer specs, my friend. Left this popped open every other time. Okay. I even got a wall between me and the unit, so I got a place to set my bottle up in the ceiling. That'll be nice. Alright, I have my charging hose. See, I like to keep these, this is a new addition. I like to keep these little flare plugs in each end of the hose, keeps them nice and clean. I don't, since I like to keep my manifold in my little carrying bag here, I can't just have the hoses hooked up to it all the time, so this is the best way I've found to keep them clean inside. Because that's real important, to have a clean manifold and hoses. Other than that, you're just adding things you don't want in there. Alright. I'm pretty sure we're gonna run. We only got a minute left. So I'll hook up my hose for the rest of this video. And we'll start charging it up on the next one. Of course, this will all look like one fluid video too, hopefully. Alrighty then. Oh my. Where are we gonna put this thing? Right where that camera is.